Hey, everybody, and welcome to Dog Talk. Tonight's episode, we'll be interviewing Katie Cavanagh. Am I saying that right?
You're saying it right. You got it.
Awesome. So Katie Cavanagh is the proud owner of Happy Dog Boutique and Pet Care in Baltimore, Maryland, located in Fells Point of Baltimore, Maryland. So this is going to be really exciting to have another guest, another pet industry entrepreneur ready to launch out and take care of your dog. She is the proud owner of a company that offers pet sitting, dog walking, acupuncture, grooming, in-home pet care for veterinarian care, I should say, photography, and probably a lot more. I do have more bullet points, I think, but she then stalked me and it changed the conversation when I was trying to get those things off. So I have a weird feeling that I finally found my competition, ladies and gentlemen. And what I mean by competition, not in the pet industry competition, but who has more to do in a day. So I am excited to continue this conversation with everybody watching. And as I always like to start off every episode with a little bit of thank you guys. So I want to tell you, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Without you guys, we can't build this industry and make a difference for all of our pets out there. So please keep liking, please keep sharing, please keep doing these things. It means the world to me. I'm sure it's going to mean the world to Katie is to see her episode get some more likes and more cares. And if you guys have questions throughout the show, please make sure you just throw it in the comment section. Katie and I can see it, and we'll be happy to answer your questions throughout the show. So let's get started, Katie. So it's been a crazy time, right? I'm really happy you came on our show, and I would like to know and quickly tell the audience a little bit about what got you started into the Happy Dog Boutique and Pet. Is it Pet Care, or is it just Happy Dog Boutique Pet Care?
We call it Happy Dog Boutique Pet Care. It's the name on our sign out front, but you can call it whatever you like. As long as
I feel like there should be an end in there just because of the way I talk. But I mean, if it's not, it's not.
Tomato, it works.
Yeah, awesome. And how long have you guys been there in Baltimore?
So we started Happy Dog 10 years ago. Our boutique has been open for 2 months now. So this is a brand new part of our business. But our dog walking and pet sitting business has been around for just over 10 years.
So with that means you've been walking dogs in Baltimore City, Baltimore region, really for 10 years, building the rapport, building them up, getting dogs used to different socializational issues, distractional issues, really building a rapport up there. So it's been a major element into the city. Am I right on that one?
Absolutely. Yeah. We've serviced clients all in the city and basically everything, every area within inside the 695 corridor.
That's awesome. So then what drew you into the boutique from all that?
Yeah. Well, I have always wanted to have something more expansive in pet care. And honestly, when COVID hit, you could have gone two ways, right? Like some people folded, they got really scared. They got out, they had to get out, whatever it is. I decided to double down. So I took everything I had and went into finding a location. I found a beautiful space on the water in Fells Point. If your viewers are familiar with the area, we're next to the Pendry Hotel, Patango Bakery. We're literally on the water. You could walk 5 steps and dive in the harbor if you wanted to. I don't think you should. I don't
think anybody should be doing that one there.
But you could. And so, we thought dogs and their people walk by all day long here. We thought it would be a great way to rebuild the business again. And awesome. we love animals. I am a dog mom myself. Before COVID hit, I had 40 staff members and active clients reaching 300 daily. So we knew that we had something to leverage in that aspect of it.
Now, you did give me a quick tour, and I'm not going to ask you to do that while we're on the show because this is going to be on a podcast, which means not everyone's going to be able to visually see this. They're listening to it audio-wise. But you did give me a quick tour, and it really looked fantastic, seeing all those different areas of the location and seeing those things. But I really am interested to know more about the acupuncture. Now, with the acupuncture, do you do that? And I have no idea if I'm butchering that word, but do you do that just mainly for dogs? Do you do cats or any other animals?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, so about 70% of our clients are dogs, and the rest make up of kitty cats. So we don't discriminate. So our acupuncture is really interesting. We have an acupuncturist. And she's been doing this for about 12 years now. She's a master acupuncturist. So she has studied the old Chinese, holistic religion of needles and pressure points and how they relieve anxiety. for high anxious animals, how they relieve arthritis in animals that have a lot of pain, joint pain, other kinds of illnesses like kidney disease. It's extremely effective, highly proven to help in about 4 to 6 weeks. So we
Wow.
thought,
Okay.
yeah, it's great. So we have our grooming salon here also. So we do full spa days, and our setup is very zen. You know, it's you walk in, it's beautiful. There's plants and trees, pet-friendly plants and trees everywhere. We studied all of that.
Good.
I didn't know anything about, botany before now, but I could say I got a little bit of a green thumb these days. So we've set that up, and, we wanted to make a very comfortable spa experience for the pets and also their owners. So they can go get a spa, they can get a bath, they can get groomed, they can get a mani-pedi if they want to get their toes painted, their nails, and then they can go over to the acupuncture room and have acupuncture, and then they can run around afterwards, and we have treats and water. And
do you set it up as more of a doggy, like a modified doggy daycare set, meaning that the owner drops the pet off, you're in full custody of the day, giving the dog the most luxurious experience? It sounds, honestly, I'm sort of jealous at this point in time. I feel like I need to come down there.
We could close it to the animals one day. We can groom you and give you acupuncture.
Give me a little acupuncture and come out with a mani-pedi from the Happy Dog boutique. They'd be pretty. It would definitely set the tone. I think it would set the tone out there.
It just shows your dedication to diving in and research to the subjects that you interview.
I'd say I'm down for it. If you watch actually one of my first ever dog talks, it was with the dog bakery in the Baltimore bakery. I can't, man. Oh my God, it was a while ago. But I did make the biscuits, and I ate them at the end. So I am dedicated. They were very dry, but they were good.
You have to do that if you're going to make them or if you're going to sell them or anything. We eat all of the dog biscuits that come in from our baker too. Seriously.
Awesome. Listen, I'm not opposed to it. Matter of fact, if you want really white teeth, you should eat a milk bonus, from what I understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
They are the #1 rated for white teeth, getting rid of all the tartar. Shane Fletcher, I just want to let you know that a client of actually mine as well, Shane Fletcher, highly recommends acupuncture. It helped him a lot with their min pin. And so that's amazing. So so I want to go back into so it's a whole day event, right? So trying to really pinpoint this in the structure of your company. The dog's going to be dropping off early in the morning. Is that how it works?
We actually stagger the appointment. So there's not a lot of stress for the animals, because you don't know, there could be a puppy in here that's kind of doing the zoomies. And then you've got an older dog that doesn't really want that kind of interaction with the younger dog.
So you're not doing a whole lot of like crate kennel. It's more of
relaxed
zone. Okay, good.
It's a very relaxed experience. We do have holding areas for the dogs that we can hold, because we like to have about 4 to 5 at a time, but they're not covered. They're not caged. We make them look more kind of like a fenced in area, but it's all individual. They baby gates on them actually. So they're super cute. So they can come in and do that and then kind of transfer over to the other section. It's a really nice flow. So we staggered, in about an hour and a half appointments, just depending on the type of dog it is and, how much time they need, how big they are, how much they weigh, the breed. So it just depends. But we do like an individual customized service.
You were saying that the acupuncture, you were seeing results in what you said, like about 4 weeks on average was you were seeing it. Is that once a week? Is that multiple times a week? Obviously it's gonna matter, right? So if it's like a slip disc or if it's something serious, it's gonna change. But when you're seeing it, what is the normal, I guess, how often do you need to visit, or how often is that something for people to consider in that scenario?
We call them treatment plans. And so our treatment plans last anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks for you to start seeing really good. You might start seeing something immediately. It just depends on what it is. But 4 to 6 weeks is the rule of thumb for Barbara, our acupuncturist, where you really start to notice significant differences in the treatment for whatever the ailment is. And then we have a lot of clients that will continue beyond that point. So it just depends on, your threshold of, availability, what the illness is, whatever is going on, situational, case by case with the pet.
Okay. Now we're going to go a little bit fast forwarding here, because we did mention that you do the you also work with a veterinarian where you're doing you said in-home veterinarian care, which is something that's new-ish to the marketplace, right? Where
Mhm.
veterinarians are coming to us, and during the COVID time, some people really do and prefer that. It's just right, saving a lot of that kind of stuff. Are you seeing that are you seeing a big growth in Baltimore with this?
Big time.
What are you finding that's really beneficial to your clients by taking a veterinarian into their home? Have you seen, what are some of the pluses that you've seen that way?
There are multiple benefits from having an in-home veterinarian come into your house. Number one, COVID, the way it has shut down veterinarian clinics is extremely stressful for some pets and some pet parents too. You know, when you go to the vet, you used to be able to walk right in with your pet, check them in, sit down, wait, go into the room with them and the doctor. That is pretty much non-existent now. You pull up to the vet. I mean, at least here in our town, and we work with 10, 15 veterinarians here in the city throughout the years with our clients, because we also offer a pet taxi service. So we're familiar with dropping them. I know.
I knew it. There it is. There. So we have pet taxi was the last bullet. Okay.
Just consider us a full concierge service for you and your pet.
I think I'm going to pull out my bullet list, and we're going to see whose is longer here. I think you're just starting to add stuff to here.
Well, I will say one of the big differences is you probably do a lot of these things yourself. I am not as amazing, where I also do the acupuncture and the grooming and the dog walking. I have a great team that helps me with all of these things.
I wish I did it all myself, but I don't. I'm blessed with an amazing team, and it continues to grow with some amazing people. That's why we have to, it's an amazing thing to get teamed up and meet people like yourself that are really going into it. So hold on. I don't even get to the pet taxi thing. We're still okay. So the pet taxi is something you're still doing then?
So we learned absolutely. So we learned a lot about veterinarians in town, the different clinics and who they were, by picking up clients from their home and taking them to their veterinarian appointments. So over the years, we've learned who all of the different players are in vet care. And then when COVID happened and they couldn't just go in anymore with their animals, or we couldn't go in anymore with them, we thought, oh, this must be so scary for people. And in fact, we got that feedback. And I had that experience with my own dog, Shay, who's 12 and a half. He is not having it. He's old, he's done. He wants everything to be easy. He doesn't want to be freaked out anymore. And I had to take him to his vet, and they come out, get him from the car, bring him inside, and he doesn't know what's going on. And I have to just wait for him. They'll call you when he's ready. Yeah. So for dogs that have a lot of anxiety, that's kind of freaky for them. And we decided that it would be so amazing if dogs and our clients did not have to go through that at all. So we decided to partner with the in-home veterinarian, Dr. Sean Budge of Home Vets, who is amazing. He's so sweet. He just loves animals so much. He's very gentle. He's very kind. And so we have a partnership with him where we schedule, and he, goes to our clients' homes. So clients can contact us directly, and we will put them in touch. It's a very immediate turnaround time. And then whatever you need, they can do pretty much everything: vaccinations, exams. He can administer medicine. The only serious thing you can't do with in-home veterinarian care is surgeries, obviously, because you need to have a clinic for that.
Yeah.
But all of the regular maintaining that you need to do is available that way.
That's awesome. So it's a great, so this is where your company is starting to branch off to provide more of a direct, what's the word I'm really looking for? It's more of you're the central base, and you're connecting out to really bring the community together down there in Baltimore. Absolutely. And then, so now we go to another bullet point that I like. I love the bullets I have here. And we have pet photography. So now I'm assuming I can bring my pet there. Now they can have their mani-pedi, little acupuncture, little spa day, right? And then you're going to take some really cute photos of them with the
we have
plants they have there.
Exactly. And you should see on our website, if you scroll down to the boutique page, you can click on the photos that slide across, and you can see some of our in-house photography done. And so we have an in-house photographer. Her name is Allie Johnson. She is a professional photographer. She's amazing. You can also see a lot of client portraits all throughout our boutique when you come in, and we'll switch those out and put different clients in there. But we offer a couple of different packages. I know.
No, I just think it's funny how you're like, I'm going to switch out the clients just to make sure that everybody gets a little share of some screen
Well, they
time.
come
Right?
in all the time for their grooming or for their, acupuncture, or for our retail. We have retail too. So they're buying toys and treats. And it's so fun to see them come through our doors, look on the wall and see their dog in this like professional photo on the water in Fells Point. It's like a glamour shot, and then here they are on the walls and they love it. So we think it would be selfish to just keep one dog up there all the time. So we have to rotate it out.
It's good. It's good. So you also just brought into the next category, which is your retail. So what are some of the main products? Is it custom private brands? Is it bigger brands? What is your main or where do you look at with what separates your product line and what you're selling in your retail area from essentially everybody else that's around you?
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. That's a good question, because we have PetSmart down the street and we have Loyal Companion, and those are big chains, right? So what we do not offer in our store is food. We're not big in food right now. Okay. We feel like our location doesn't really make a lot of sense for it either, because we are on the water down the cobblestone street. So people are just kind of walking by, coming in and out. To lump a big bag of food over your shoulder to walk down the street doesn't really make a lot of sense, unless you want to work out, then I guess it could work for you. So we focus mainly on treats, toys, a lot of local vendors. So we work with some local artisans that make soaps, like dog-friendly soaps, if you wanted to wash your dog at home. And they're matching components with the human soap. So if you wanted to take a bath together at home, you could do that.
What is the bath bomb? Right? You do the
bath bomb. It lasts a little bit longer, but it's all natural products. We try to work with smaller companies because we love that. We're small too, and to get the exposure. The way we chose our products were really based off of surveys that we've sent to our clients that we've had over the years. We thought that was such a good way to not guess what people would like, but actually let them tell us what they want, and then we have these products here for them when they come in. So it's a mixture of that. We have books, a lot of books. Beds, we do a lot of beds, and then of course
beds are a big one here. Now you talk about acupuncture, spa days, and now you just said bed. So is this going to be the giant floofy bed? Is it going to be a Tempur-Pedic? Is it going to be a Caranda? What are you pushing out here?
So our best and what we have the most of are the calming beds. So they're the big kind of floofy beds. It's a donut, right? So you sink into it and they just lay down, and it's very furry. And I feel like they think that they're snuggled up with another dog or something like that.
I feel like you and your dog compete for this at home. I have a weird feeling. Is this the way you just described that to me? I could see you right now, it literally kicking your dog out, being like, "Here, you take the couch. I got this one." Yeah,
yes, you're exactly right. Yeah. And my dog being 12 and a half years old, he's not a cuddle bug at all anymore, which really upsets me. I threaten him with the puppy all the time if he doesn't turn his attitude around. So we're definitely fighting over it for sure. Nice.
So you have a nice line of products going on. You have the acupuncture, the grooming. It's very easy to get a hold of you at the happydogboutique.com. Do you have a phone number in case anybody's listening right now? They want to give you a call?
Absolutely. Our phone number is 410-814-0964. I actually just remembered that last week, so I'm really excited that you asked me for it.
That's good. See, I was testing you. They told me to throw a pop quiz at you.
Well, the girls today in the shop were like, "Do you want to practice a little bit for your event tonight with Michael?" And I'm like, "No. I know our business. We'll be fine. You kind
I'm gonna see if I can throw some whirlwinds at you. Then let me see what I can do to throw you off on it.
Yeah, go try to stop me. Let's do it.
Yeah, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
Right. Make me look bad.
Yeah, there you go. Can you answer the woodchuck question? Do you know the answer?
I actually don't know the answer.
Oh, you don't know the answer. It says much wood as a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. That's the answer. There you go. Yeah, now you know it. So we have to go back to what all started the entire business, because we didn't even talk about it yet, which is the main thing that got you going, which is the pet sitting and dog walking. So you were telling me prior to the show how years ago you had gotten into this, but really, what was the driving force, to keep you going out there, like in particular pet sitting? So as an owner as a resort, I'm learning a lot more of other different things, right? Like the difference between pet sitting versus kenneling your dog, right? So boarding your dog and the pet sitting, the in-home pet sitting over overnight care. Now, I believe there's a necessity for both. That's where I stand with it. But I don't know enough about the pet sitting to really understand the industry, and I would love to. And I'm sure other people are in the same confusional points. So, due to the fact that this is really where you were starting in it, what's a great idea of the model that you're running to explain to people? Like, do you live in their house? How does that work in your
We
words?
offer two different options for pet sitting. So we have in-home pet sitting, and then we can also bring their animal, the dogs mainly, into our homes. So
Okay.
it just depends on what the client is comfortable with. So the in-home pet sitting is when we actually go into their home and we'll spend the night. So we come over at an agreed time, we do a dog walk, we feed, we give lots of loveys, we hang out and play, and maybe we'll watch a movie together, whatever they want to do. And then we sleep with them. We wake up in the morning, we do a nice long walk, we do a feeding. And then that way the dog never has to leave their own environment. So if they don't do well in a situation with boarding or kenneling or something like that, this is another option for them to not be alone, especially if they're a very social dog and they like to be with their humans. It's a really good complement to that. And then go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you find like in a sense of scheduling? So what's a good idea if people are looking for pet sitting when they're looking for their pet sitters? What are some good questions that they should be asking? Because obviously what you're saying is you have the option of either you're staying in their home or bringing them. If people are interested in something like this, what would be kind of questions they might want to ask? Obviously, if they have you if you're already booked someplace, you can't stay at everybody's house every night. So assuming this, what would be good questions for people to ask when they're searching for a good overnight pet sitter?
Absolutely. And we get that all the time. So my team is nowhere near as big as it used to be before COVID because of that. But we still have about half of our staff. So we have 20 team members that are still in the field doing the dog walking, doing the overnight pet sitting. So one of the major questions that we get asked from clients is our vetting process. How do we hire our people? How can they trust that when we come into their home, everything's going to be safe and their animal's going to be cared for? So our vetting process is pretty thorough. Of course, we do, a phone interview first, and then we meet our people in person. We sit down with them. We train in the field. We do the background checks, and then, we add them to our insurance policy. So we're licensed, bonded, and insured. And then referral is a big thing too. A lot of our clients that are really happy with us can go ahead and talk to other people that they know, or we can send them a referral. And then a lot of like practical things that we get are, how long are you there? How many, can you come over during the day when I'm not there? Is it just overnight pet sitting? So there's a lot of different options that people can choose. We'll basically customize anything that they want. We do a lot of overnight pet sitting for cats also, very social cats. It's a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, the cat thing is not me. I'm learning a lot about cats this year as I just became an owner of a pet resort, and we board cats. But I'm the dog guy. So,
I know.
It's but I'm learning a lot. It's been pretty unique. So I can't say anything, but I definitely didn't know as much about cats as I'm learning. So pet sitting with cats, I'm assuming they're not as cuddly, right? Like they don't want to watch TV.
Some of them are more cuddly than some of the dogs that we take care of. I think it just depends on their socialization, and most of them don't want anything to do with you, but there are a lot of them that do kind of want to snuggle up. Allie, our in-house photographer, she has a 3-legged tripod, Charlie, who is an Aussie. It's a dog. She calls her the Velcro dog. So she's always attached to her, like all the time.
Yeah.
So we have Velcro kitties that want to be with you all the time. They, can't stand to be alone. They need to be touching you, rubbing you, something. So those clients, when they go away on vacation, definitely don't want to put their kitties in boarding. And they obviously need somebody to stay the night with them because they would feel bad leaving them alone all night long. So it runs the gamut. It's different for everybody.
That's great. So then now we got to go into your dog walking services as well. So I'm assuming this is a scheduled time.
Yes.
How often, I'm sure there's different programs and packages, but what are some of the average points that you're doing in a sense of dog walking? What do you find that is a good need and things like that?
So we offer many different options. We have a 15-minute option, a 20-minute option, 30-minute, and so on and so on. We offer our clients their own client portal. We have a software platform. We are very customizable, and we will communicate directly with them all the time. But for streamlining of organization with their schedule and our schedules, we automated our systems about 2 years ago. And that's just been like amazing with scheduling and organization for us. So clients get a 2-hour window. So if your preferred time is noon, we say book us between 11 and 1 p.m. And then they can pick the time that they want. They can add little notes in there and say, please refill the water bowl. Can you check the mail? Can you water this plant? What can you check to see if there is an Amazon Prime package left on the front door and bring it inside?
So you're even doing the Prime deliveries, apparently.
We'll even like piggyback off the Prime delivery guy.
Yeah. I can see you're when I was a kid living in Jersey, I used to call them ambulance chasers. So now it's the Prime. It's the Prime chasers. They see the van going around.
We'll be your Prime chaser. Exactly.
Prime chaser. I like it. So we have pet sitting. We have dog walk. We have pet acupuncture, in-home vet care, grooming, photography, and then you added pet taxi.
Yes.
Okay. So this one is really intriguing because obviously COVID has really put a major restriction on a lot of things. Pet taxis, I have to assume that is probably a huge thing for you right now because of the fact that you're able to essentially pick up, wait, work the dogs to the vet clinics, to bringing them to your location. I'm assuming you're bringing them back and forth. What are some of the things, like when you think of pet taxiing, what are things that people should expect from there? Are the animals properly secured in the vehicles? What are the safety precautions that are taken in this sense for pet taxi care?
It definitely depends on the animal too, like the size, if they're big, if they're small. We don't taxi any people. We get that question a lot. Like, oh, can you pick me up and take me to the vet with my dog? That's not a service that we offer right now, just for liability and for safety reasons. So the taxi service is really geared towards our current customers. So if you have never worked with us before, if you don't use us for regular dog walking, it's not something that we will extend without having a client meet and greet first. And that's where we would come over and meet you, sit down with you, get you set up in our system. We need to make sure that your animal is, friendly, doesn't have any aggressive behavioral issues, so that when we do come over at a time that you need us, we're not walking into something that we have no idea what's going on. That's a big precaution that we have to take. And we only have a couple of pet taxi team members just because of their vehicles.
Yeah.
So, if they have small cars, that's not really conducive to what we need. We've actually been looking into this really cool thing that we just learned about from one of our suppliers is dog seat belts. So you can install them in your car and then put them around, the dog, like set them in like a human. So we're looking into—
I'm a huge advocate. Huge advocate.
Are you really?
Yes. So that's why I brought up the pet taxi thing. Yeah. So as a former police officer, I've been to a lot of motor vehicle accidents where, let's say, I'm not even trying to get graphic, but some bad things have occurred where the animals were involved. Wow. In particular, most of the time, most people don't realize is that your dog is your best friend, but they're also going to be your protector. And if you're ever injured in a motor vehicle accident and your dog is not injured, they're going to protect you from fire, EMS, and law enforcement. And the things that most people don't realize, that animal control is not considered a emergency vehicle. They're not lights and sirens to you to do those things. And you have to think that now they can't render aid to you because your dog is being protective. Mm-hmm. Your dog also becomes a projectile. So I'm a huge advocate that the dog should either be crated or seatbelted in the vehicle. I tell every person that ever asks me about traveling with their animal, the reasons for that is because, one, like my dogs were always protection dogs as retired police canine and everything. I never want them in a seatbelt because you reach in the car, they're going to grab you. So they're in a crate. If I get into a car accident, hey, just slide the crate out and put it in where you need to put it, and I'll get the dog. But that way the dog is contained. Everything is, nobody has to worry about messing with them. But obviously not everybody has a dog like mine. So seatbelts was my big thing. And I'm a huge advocate for it. But I don't see them in stores. I don't see them, like, I guess you have to get them like Amazon is really or online. Do you carry them in your location?
We don't carry them, but it's something that we consider. I know. I think we just learned about them. I think we might start carrying them.
I think you definitely need to be carrying them.
We have a local supplier here in Maryland.
Really?
We just learned they're a distributor of pet products, and they're based in the county, Southern Maryland. And we just got an email from them saying that they're rolling out pet seatbelts, and we're like, this is amazing. We should definitely get involved in this. So I think I thought, of course we use them, but I haven't thought about carrying them in the store yet. But maybe I should. It's not a bad idea. I just don't want to take away from our pet taxi business.
What's that?
I don't want it to take away from the pet taxi
side. I
side.
won't take away from your pet taxi business. If anything, it's definitely gonna make a huge increase. One of the comments on the screen right now is I have they carry up-to-date shot record and seat belted in the back seat as one of our customers. And the big thing that in my opinion, is one of the things I've always learned is that the more you offer, the more you receive, right? So the more you give, the more you get back. In this case, by teaching people the proper knowledge, they know that you're out there and truly caring. So carrying those seatbelts, I highly doubt in any which way is going to harm your business. But I think if anything, it'll be increasing your business because they'll know that you're on that higher level of care, right? Because the people that are going to use the pet taxi are typically I would use the pet taxi to do it, and hey, can you grab my dog and do X, Y, and Z for him? That would be great. It's a time management skill. I'm still going to have the seatbelt for when I go to the park or when I go hiking or when I do my other activities, but I would like to know that the service I'm using is using the same
absolutely
high level of care. I think that would be a great thing. So knowing that, I love this so far. So we are 2 minutes over my normal, and I'm going to keep you on if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Enjoying this. Okay, but I do want to let everybody know once again that, listen, guys, if you were down in the Fells Point area, if you're looking for any of these services, pet sitting, dog walking, acupuncture, grooming, home pet care, photography, or pet taxi, I almost had it in one breath. Please check out happydogbaltimore.com. You can also check her out on all social media platforms at Happy Dog Baltimore. So again, website is happydogbaltimore.com, and all Instagram, Facebook. I'm not sure about anything else because I don't know them all, but it's at Happy Dog Baltimore, and she can give you the phone number one more time.
It's 410-814-0964.
So if you're not from the Baltimore area and you are in the Baltimore area, go ahead and check out her store and check out her boutique. You can even probably shut down the place and get your own Maddie Petty. No, I'm kidding. It's mainly for your dogs. Check it out. You'll definitely love it. I know I'm going to take a special trip down there and see the place live. So now that we got your shout outs, we got this done. It's time to mess with you a little bit. Okay. So
nervous?
I'll be nervous. It's one of it's a little fun thing. What characteristic are you most known for from all your clients?
Oh, characteristic most known for. I would say that, well, I hate saying no, right? So I never say no to any of my clients. My clients could tell you that we always come through all the time. I would say that they would probably say we're very reliable.
So your characteristic. So if I went around and I said, hey, we want to know about her. We want to know about Katie Cavanagh of the Happy Dog, right? So they're going to tell me that's the characteristic.
Well, I can't sit here and say all these things about myself. It sounds so strange to me.
All right, let's go like this. I know you introduced me to a couple of people in your background there, right?
I pull Allie in for a second.
That's right.
Hey, Allie, you're being pulled in. You have to say really good things about me right now.
Don't worry, we're live on air. This is the opportunity to get away with it before you can be edited or deleted.
It's me and Allie. Come on in.
Hi, Allie.
Down so they can see you.
Should I sit here?
Yeah.
All right, Allie, we want to know, what is the number one characteristic that all of the clientele will know about Katie? What would be something they would describe her as?
I would say one of the biggest parts of Happy Dog is just like the same.
No, not Happy Dog. She answered that one. We want to know Katie.
Happy Dog.
We want Katie. So we already know that Happy Dog is reliable because there's no.
That is true. It's definitely true. Well, I would say Katie is a huge part of Happy Dog. So I would say that the probably characteristic would be like the authenticity. There's just like a lot of genuine good vibes here, and we get to bring our dogs to work.
I'm
which is a huge
blushing.
bonus.
I think so this is what cracks me up the most is that if I gave I have a weird feeling if I gave anybody that works for me an opportunity to say what they wanted about me, God forbid I have to listen to it live to myself, because I have no idea what they would say, because I know they would be. So, Allie, Katie owes you big for you. That was awesome, because that would have been your opportunity to been like her goofballness, her silliness, or this is your live opportunity, and you just
it's all there. Yes,
it's all there. Okay.
All the times I get stressed out and like maybe run around like a crazy person in the shop, and
that's what I'm saying. So they would say that she's all over the place. Where they say that's where we want to know what was that characteristic. Because I know with me, I think I would have to guess that if my employees or anybody that knows me would have to talk about my high pitched girly voice that I use, my Mickey Mouse tone when I train dogs.
Let's hear it. Let's hear a little snapshot.
I guarantee. So if yes, good boy. So
Oh, Charlie is not.
That's our dog in the shop tonight. You made her really upset.
Oh, that's weird. Most of them all draw right into it. Because all the psychology that we teach and we learn, it's the energy the dogs are drawn into. Literally right now we have a comment from somebody saying yes and laughing and giggling. As you can see, you see it in the comment section there. Yep. So they're going to pop back up. So here at Blue Line, which is pretty funny, is we also
that's
hey, Mike, Mike, you can leave this one alone. So it's one of those things that we talk about, the high pitched voice. We talk about that stuff. It's one of those unique things because I believe there's 3 markers in training: terminal, intermediate, and correction. And I don't believe in the correction marker. I believe we work more for a yes than we ever a no. So the fact that you just said that you have no no's in your world, I absolutely love it, and I want to continue going and seeing what we have to venture together and what we could do to build you up down there even bigger than you already are. So if you had to send a message right now to everybody, I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
Oh, goodness.
All right. What would be the message you want to send to the entire pet community? Let's see what you got. 30 seconds.
Oh, well, that's easy. I just want everybody to come into the store and meet us and see everything and let us meet their dog. And there's a beautiful wine store next door. We always tell everybody, come in, get a glass of wine, hang out. We've got a patio area. That's an easy one. Come visit us for sure.
Come visit. So that's the big one to take away from the whole thing.
That's
so
the big one to take away. Come visit.
I just bought this deck of cards, and you're my first interview since I got them.
Okay.
And I'm shuffling them up as we speak. And what it is that so I actually suffer from really bad anxiety when it comes to stage fright. I don't like being in public. I don't like social media. I'm a really big introvert, and I know nobody ever believes me, but it's true. So I bought this deck of cards to help me with my interviews because I decided that I really want to be a good interviewer. This is a true statement. This is true stuff. And here is my deck of cards. So obviously you can't pick the card, but I'm going to take out some. And then I'm going to let you pick a number. And then I'm going to count that many cards. And whatever question is the one you're going to have to answer. Sound good?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So give me a number.
A number between what?
I don't know. I'm going to think there's probably 20 cards.
Okay, I'll go with 8.
8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What will people look back on you in 50 years and be shocked that you were able to do it?
Wow. What would people look back on in 50 years and be shocked that I was able to do it?
Or that you did it. Let's reverse it. Just that. Let's go with that one. Let's just take away that ending part because obviously I didn't write that question. It's 50 years from now. Let's look back on Katie Cavanagh of the Happy Dog Pet Boutique Pet Care. Man, it's a tongue tire. What are people looking back going, wow, that was What was their answer?
I hope that people look back and see the care and the effort and the love that I put into this place and this business, and that we truly, truly, truly just want to make everybody feel better. We want their dogs to feel comfortable. We want them to be happy. We want to make them look pretty. We want to make them feel good. And we want clients to just, like, when they come back to pick up their dog, we see our clients' faces. They freak out. They love it so much. It makes me feel so good that this place that I created and that my team and I are doing together now is a place where people love to be. And it isn't just the dogs, it's the people too. You have to come and see it. It just feels really, really good in here.
Even without seeing it, I have the vibe. I feel it going through the microphone, feeling it through the stream. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get down there to the Happy Dog Boutique and Pet Care. It's going to be in Fells Point. Katie, as always, I'm going to sign us off here. I'm going to put up real quick on the screen for everybody to see. Ladies and gentlemen, please check out the happydogbaltimore.com. You can also go to her social media pages on Facebook, Instagram at Happy Dog Baltimore. So happydogbaltimore.com, and go to her social media, Facebook, Instagram. Give her a like, give her a share, let people know about how this awesome place that you got to see about Dog Talk on tonight's episode at Happy Dog Baltimore. Katie, just hang on. We're going to sign off here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you all for tuning into our show tonight. You please feel free to join me tomorrow on Facebook Live at BLK9 TV at 8:45 for another episode of Stuck in a Truck with me, where who knows what I'll be wearing or talking about. As you guys watched last week's episode, I dressed up as the Mandalorian to tell people how you can dress for success, and it doesn't matter what you're wearing if you know where you're going. So please check out these episodes tomorrow, Wednesday, 8:45. If not, I will see you all next week for another episode of Dog Talk.